If you all slept on AEW Revolution, more fool you, because Jesus Christ, on a 23rd century motorbike, quite possibly the best AEW pay-per-view of all time. Certainly up there with the greats. Don't at me. Happy Thursday. I am the captain. He is El Jefe, and this is episode 525. Welcome to Max Wrestling.
Right, welcome to Max Wrestling 525. We are coming off an absolutely incredible AEW Revolution, as my man just said. Probably one of the best, if not the best, pay-per-view we've seen from this lovely company. We will dive into it, but last week we had a bit of a revolution of our own, Revolution Road. We're going to talk about that and all the fun stuff coming up tonight. All three of our matches last week ended with a little bit of a swerve, and tonight we hear from the Duel champion, Chris Reed, as he responds to the Demon S for Promo Mania. And after a shocking turn of events where the captain actually cost the Phoenix gold last week, we hear from the B champion, Beer. And if you missed last week's Aftermax, shame on you, because you missed 17 minutes of the Cypher going absolutely ham. He was not happy with how the challenge against me went down for the Promo Championship. And we will take a look back at his rant, and trust me, you want to be a part of that one. And most importantly, the Ring of Games has finally returned. You will see round 1 of 4 coming up for the 2025 Ring of Games Cup starting tonight as I defend my crown against the B champion Beer, the man they call the Feeny, and my brother, Ted P. De Niro. So much happening. You've got to make Max Wrestling your new home for all things wrestling. Go ahead and like that subscribe button, or just hit the subscribe button, tickle the like button if you're fancy that way. And for those who like the old-fashioned podcast, head on over to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcast. And for all things Max Wrestling, head on over to the website, beautifully done and always edited, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
And right after this, head to our official Facebook group, Max Wrestling, and do not miss the Max Wrestling Post Show After Max, hosted by our very own knowledge champion, Cypher. QR code is on the screen right now. Scan and go after the show. And as last week proved, you just can't miss it.
You just don't.
Because, like Mo just said, last week was just a 17-minute rant from Cypher.
And it was great.
It was stupendous. You never know what's going to go down on After Max.
It's true. This is why we used to always say you can't miss it on TikTok, because once the live goes off, there's nothing. Well, lucky for you, at least you get to go back on Facebook and watch this one. But again, you don't want to miss it live. You got to be a part of the action when it goes down.
Yes. And there's a lot going down this week. Of course, Ring of Games will take up a big chunk of the show. So we're going to give you one quick shit, Max, say, just a minute. And then we're skipping most of the recaps, but Beer's still going to come at you with NXT and Evolve. So you still got them to look forward to, and then we're going to talk about Revolution. So let's get to shit, Mark say first.
They hate Japanese wrestlers. They know less than we forget. They don't know who's the bestler. They're having a wank to Jim Cornette. Not a single GCSE between them. This is shit Mark says.
All right, so it is a quick one this week, and it's just one of those where we can laugh at people that think kayfabe is real. So there was a dude in the front row on Raw this week, and as Logan Paul was making his way to the ring, he got into a little bit of a scuffle with this fan and then ripped his shirt off.
Hey, yo.
Meanie Logan Paul. Zashi 120 said, "Bro, what? Nah, that guy should sue. What the fuck? How can they allow this?" Now,
well, hey, it
here's
got
the
somebody.
Got him.
Got him.
Sometimes they have people in wrestling in the crowd which are called plants. And what happens is they're hired to be upset by the heels. Breaking kayfabe for you, pal.
Hey, unfortunate. But it's as simple as you put it. It's the extras in the movie. The guy that doesn't get the starring role, but he interacts with the star of the role or the star in the movie or show or whatever have you. And that's just what it ended up being. And it happens all the time. Now, granted, there are some instances like in AEW where MJF is throwing beer on children and such. You know, that's not so much a plan as that's MJF being a dick. But in this instance, especially in the land of the E, it's going to always, always, always be a plan. So that guy is likely a wrestler or at least
or training.
Yeah, or at least in training, I was just going to say.
All right, so before we move on, I should actually say merch is available right now. Just Google Max Wrestling Marketplace and it'll be the top result.
Love it. Cheap plugs.
Cheap plug right there. All right, so we do have a lot to talk about with Revolution and then Ring of Games coming up. So let's get straight over to a round of NXT with beer.
What's good, people? This is Beer. This is your NXT Robot review. So anyway, we're going to kick things off, and we're going to kick this off with a bang. We have the opening match of the night. Sees the TNA Tag Team Championship on the line with Fraction challenging the Hardys, and which was one of the two matches that I've been desperate to see since this TNA WWE crossover. And this match lived up to its expectations. An absolute banger of an opening tag match. The Hardys retain after a slight bit of miscommunication by Fraction, with Jeff Hardy hitting the swanton bomb on Fraser for the 1, 2, 3. Jada Parker is backstage and speaks to Mickie James and says she needs to go out and take and make no apologies, and she's very impressed with what she's seen so far of Miss Parker. Then we have the family, Channing Stocks Lorenzo, Luca Cristofino, and Adriano Rizzo talking strategy about a match that they've got set for next week against Nico Vance, Brooks Jensen, and Izzy Dane. Probably bad throw there. And then next up we have Roxanne Perez facing Jordan Grace, which was another freaking banger of a match with Roxanne focusing a lot on the injured leg of Jordan Grace. A big back and forth between these two young women. And Jordan picks up the win with a beast mode driver for the 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's Roxy's farewell match. And to go out in style, Jordan's always going to chase a win back. Then we have Obafemi, who is about to make his way to the ring and being endorsed by the one, the only, the GOAT, The Undertaker, and said he's been watching Oba for a long time, and he's been impressed. He tells him he doesn't have to give him advice, just tells him to go and defend his yard. Pretty boss moment there. So it looks like The Undertaker has got Oba his blessing. Anyway, then we have Obafemi defending the NXT Championship against TNA X Division Champion Moose, and this match was fantastic. The match of the night by some distance. Action-packed from Oba, press slamming Moose over the top rope. Moose press slamming Oba through the announce table. Oba retains with the fall from Grace in an absolute classic. And but looks like both men had a lot of respect for each other after the match. And I think there's going to be a few more matches down the line between these two beasts. And we have Fatal Influence arguing with April backstage about Fallon. Yeah, Helen yet to have a rematch against Stephanie Becerra. It's being interrupted by Ricky Saints. And again being told he doesn't belong here. Why he asked, why is everyone always angry? And asked April, why is everyone always pissed off? He then asks for a match with Ridge Holland next week, and then to be told by Ethan Page he doesn't like outsiders being in NXT. Remember, Ethan, you know where you came from. And next up, we have Ethan Page taking on Javon Evans in a New York Street Fight. Now, this was a very slow start to the match, and after 5 minutes, the match turned freaking crazy. We had a suicide dive by Javon Evans onto the announce table. He actually must have leaped. I don't know how far he leapt, but he leapt right onto Javon Evans on the announce table. And then we also have a spot where he cut on through a table on the outside, and it scared the shit out of me because I thought there was no table, but I forgot there was one actually set up already by Paige. Evans runs the curve with Paige's neck inside of the chair, which ended up being a decent feud, but then he got attacked by the 4 new masked men and beat the holy piss out of the young OG. But the new thing slapped, so I suppose that's a bit of progress. Then we have a vignette with Sean Spears, Brooke Jensen, Izzy Damon, Nico Vance, who are now calling themselves the Culling. I don't know. Early days yet. Spears said last week he took the gold from Tony D'Angelo, and next week he wants the rest to take the heart out of the family. Sarah Schreiber interviews Eddie Thorpe and confirms that the underground match against Troy Williams will take place next week. We did have an earlier vignette with we had Trick Williams warming up for the match. Eddie is undefeated in the underground match as well. Trick then attacked Eddie in the crowd. Unhinged Trick is freaking goated right now. Then the main event of the night sees the beautiful Madness Julia against the Dark Angel Stephanie Vaquer, title for title. And this was a fucking great main event. We had the greatest move in wrestling history twice. Julia did it once, and then Stephanie Vaquer did it as well. So I suppose we all win there. And we also had the amazing counter at one point. Stephanie Vaquer went for the corkscrew and to be countered into a brilliant armbar submission by Julia. We have history. Stephanie Vaquer is now the new NXT Women's Champion and the Women's North American Champion after hitting her best friend with 3 SBBs. All I can say is I've recently watched some takeovers. That show felt like TakeOver. Every match slapped. And if you have at least 2 hours of your time, if you want to watch a great show, go and watch it. Honestly, you will thank me later. Anyway, let us. And we're going to go back. I believe my Evolve show will be coming up next. So, thank you.
So, Revolution
Oh,
was one of those pay-per-views where everybody complained about the build, and then it absolutely exceeded expectations.
beyond.
So, I've come to teach myself now, if a pay-per-view has a shit build, it's probably going to slap.
Yeah, right. It's probably going to slap. I mean, granted, we had signs of it being really good, knowing that we were going to have to catch to Kenny Omega for the international championship, or the international. We knew Okada and Brody King might be really good for the Continental title. We knew Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher were going to absolutely kill each other. The opener I thought was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. It ended up being a lot better than I thought. MJF losing was a bit of a monkey wrench, if you will, for me. I didn't see it coming. But then again, Hangman's been on this like babyface turn thing. And what a better way to like nail that home than beat the biggest dick in the company. So okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. And in the reality senses, as the boys talked about in the TSK review, which will be dropping after this show.
Cheap plug.
There you go. I love him. MJF doesn't. Him losing don't mean shit. Yeah, I mean,
No.
It don't really mean nothing. I mean, it's kind of off-putting and makes you think a little bit, but it doesn't hurt, hinder. MJF will be just fine. The Mercedes Moné and Momo Wanatami. First off, I did not think. I knew it was going to be an awkward exchange just right off the bat. And for about the first 3-4 minutes, neither lady knew who was running the match. There was moments of Mercedes waiting for instruction or kind of waiting to like, hey, what are we doing? Same thing with Momo's. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. And so then Momo decided, well, fuck this. I'm going to take over. So we went all the way back to the 1990s, the All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, where they used to beat the dog mess out of each other, wrestle like guys. I mean, granted, they still do. But, I mean, this was old school, baby. This was old school to the point where Mercedes is getting kicked in the face for real type of shit. And these ladies beat the crap out of each other so bad that Mercedes was obviously like physically noticeably injured. And then, but apparently Momo walked out of the stadium on crutches. So tells you they really, really went to war. They really went to war.
I got to give Mercedes a little bit of credit too. That was probably one of the best times I've seen her hit that finisher that she continues to botch.
Yeah, I mean it's slowly getting. I want to say it's slowly getting better. I feel like an asshole every time I say that, but it's true. It's slowly getting better. She has her moments where it hits perfectly, and then she has her moments where it's just
Sloppy as fuck.
exactly where it's like you rushed it or you did. Are you practicing it enough? You know, you know what I mean. We don't know, but now I'm a little curious. But it worked out for her, so that's fine. The question remains: what the fuck are we going to do with the TBS Championship? And DC's answer: Mariah May.
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of somebody going from the world title to the mid-card title.
Right.
But is there anybody else?
So that's exactly what we were talking about as well. Is well, where is everybody? You know, we don't know what's really going on with Britt Baker. We don't know where's Riho, where's was it Yuka Sakazaki? Like where is everyone? Where you know where's Nyla Rose? Where is everyone? You know, like so it's time to get one of them back to hopefully garner some momentum, or maybe, and I hate saying it like this, maybe somebody new.
Actually, they do keep teasing Billy Starks, and she was also keeping a close eye on this match too.
Yeah, they teasing the hell out of her.
That would be a good move because they skipped her over Athena with the Ring of Honor Women's title, so it would be nice to see her just jump into AEW and win the TBS title from somebody of the caliber of Mercedes too.
I think you could do that, and I think there's another one that I think Harold brought up. I think you could do that, and then you could actually spin it where you bring Athena up ish to rekindle that rivalry. You know, TBS champ versus Ring of Honor champ. Just something to do to garner the attentions.
Yeah, I was actually very surprised MJF and Hangman opened the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what I was expecting to open the show, but it wasn't that.
You never expect MJF to open a show. Never expect MJF to open a show. But again, it works out, and it hit. Everybody was hot for it. It was a good crowd. We got that. We went to Mercedes, and then we ended up getting Swerve Strickland, Ricochet, and I've been saying it. You've been saying it. The sentiments are literally quite the same. This heel Ricochet run has been awesome.
Yeah,
he has officially been elevated by Swerve Strickland. You know, which is hilarious because Kill Switch was a mid-card dude in Lucha Underground, and it was Prince Puma who was world champ, and now we're flip-flopping and reversing. And it's great, though. It's great because it was a great overall story. They beat the dog piss out of each other. Ricochet looks every bit as awesome as he should be. The whole thing that irked me was Prince Nana, like, waiting for his moment to steal the robe back. And he takes like 10 whole minutes to do it. And when he finally does it, Ricochet all of a sudden is like, oh, well, wait a minute. And I was like, really? All this over the goddamn, like, it got a little kind of but it's meant to be, especially with the whole Prince Nana thing. Gave you the idea that Nana might actually turn on him, might actually turn on Swerve. And now maybe that's kind of been put on hold till after Ricochet might become world champion. And then maybe that's who cost him the world championship.
Yeah, I mean, I did call Nana maybe turning on Swerve last week, and I'm kind of glad it didn't happen, even though there was a couple of moments where it looked like it might happen. There was that bump in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It might still happen, but I think if it was gonna, it would have been at Revolution.
Yeah, agreed. I think it would have been then, but yeah, maybe I think you could do it later on and just do it where you turn Nana just like the biggest dirtbag heel ever. But then again, I don't. It's kind of hard because they work so well together. It's like it's you know what I mean. It's gonna be a Brock Lesnar, a Paul Heyman turning on Lesnar type of shit. It's gonna be massive.
Which was really shocking at the time, even though they kind of teased it like the week before, I think, when Brock yelled at Heyman. Tag team match was great. The Outrunners looked incredible.
Oh my god! I'm telling you. I've been ranting about these guys every chance I get. They spin the fucking screen around, and I go right back to 1988. Except surprisingly, these guys aren't 300 pounds apiece, and that's all right because they work like it. They're doing everything. They wrestle straight out of the 80s. They kind of give you like this Midnight Express kind of a feel. but then they have their own random individuality where I want to say it's Truth Magnum fucking hulks up, and I pop like a goddamn nerd every fucking time, and it's awesome. And we knew they weren't gonna win, but they got the better of the tag champs for like 6 or 7 minutes, and then
Yeah.
they're on the outside, and MVP is all like, "You're getting your shit handed to you," and so they're like, "Oh yeah, we forgot who we were."
We knew they
Went in
weren't going to
there and
win, but I do think they looked better coming out of the match than the Hurt Syndicate did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely put them on a different echelon. I mean, if people thought they were jobbers, no, you're wrong. They're a legit tag team.
Yeah, if there's a rematch, they should definitely win the rematch.
Love that. Give it time though. Let it stew for a bit. But I like that because I keep thinking about who's going to beat them. Who's going to beat the Hurt Syndicate? And the only other name that comes to mind is the guys that people are going to say are going to just give them themselves the championships anyway, and it's the Bucks. But what else is there to do? They don't build tag teams outside of one at a time. The
Yeah.
Outrunners are getting over on their own.
The only other tag team that kind of actually no, they're not even building them because Brody King's like going out on his own, so they're not even building whatever the hell they're called now.
I don't even know what they're called. That's fantastic. I have no idea what the fuck they're called. So your guess is as good as
Brody and Buddy, whatever the hell their stable name is now.
I want to say like Street Justice or that just sounds terrible. Sounds like a bad 90s cop movie. Speaking of Brody King, him and Kazuchika Okada, right? Him and Kazuchika Okada was actually the first time I was in love with it. Okada Mark over here. Second time I watched it, I realized Okada's in like second gear. And
yeah.
He's kind of been in second gear his entire AEW run. But the thing that's weird, or maybe not weird, is astonishing, I should say, maybe to make it a better word, is even though his second gear is second gear, his second gear is way better than most people's fifth. Or like, him and Brody put on a pretty damn good match. Like, it wasn't like a 5-star banger or nothing, but it was an easy 4+ where, Okada's out there doing the bare minimum. He doesn't, I think he hits the fucking drop kick, he does his big moves. He's already adjusted himself to the American way, does his big moves, flips the crowd off, gives you a little something at the end. There it is. I'm sure we'll get Okada old when we get him against Kenny, but that's not until July.
I think he did look good at Revolution. It's certainly the most aura he's had so far during this title run.
That is for damn sure. But yeah, Brody King just by the wayside. And then we got to the fucking masterpiece of art and cinema.
Yeah.
A little wrestling thrown in there. Timeless Tony Storm and Mariah May. Falls Count Anywhere. This shit was it. You could feel the emotion. You know what I mean? You could feel the emotion. This is this was, and I hate saying it, this was a timeless story. There's no better words to put it. This was as old school as you got. They made you so invested in this feud. You are so utterly invested in this feud that honestly, either one of them would have won and you wouldn't have cared.
No.
I don't think the match would have been bad, even if it would have actually had been bad. I think it just would have, you know what I mean? It would have been, well, hey, at least the end of their story. Or whatever. But no, they took everything they could. They gave us the best wrestling of any of their matches. They gave us the best storytelling of any of their matches. It ended in a good old-fashioned Hollywood ending. With the shoe that started it all to end it there, and they still love each other so much that they pass out from exhaustion on each other.
Covered in blood.
And,
it was just
and men in the crowd don't know whether to be excited or sad because it's ending, or maybe just a little turned on. But all they know was that was awesome.
So many emotions.
So many.
No, that was a fucking perfect match. Whoever produced it, I don't know if we know who produced it, but
Oh God. Oh, are you ready for this one? RJ City.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, give him a raise.
Give him a permanent job as a
Yeah.
booker. Cause wow. I mean wow.
And the glass spot too was
Oh, the Type A death match where, oh God, I love it because Tony's like, I've done this before. So she's like wrapping her whole hand and shit. And I'm like, that's cool. And Mariah's like, I did this one time. So she puts like that much on her fucking hand. What are you doing?
she's looking
like,
over at Tony going, okay, that's not enough tape.
that's not enough tape. And she's like digging her fist into it, not saying a word. And Tony or Mariah, who's got the fucking one strip, is just screaming bloody murder. I'm like, wow, just hilarious.
And then Aubrey's just like, shit, I gotta slap the mat in a minute. And
I
I've
know I
got
felt
gloves
so
on,
bad
but
for Aubrey. There's broken glass everywhere. She's like, please get me the fuck out of here.
I just can't get over the amount of blood on the literally red face.
I think there was a point right after Tony gigged where she even freaked herself out because I think maybe I might be the only one that uses this terminology, but when I call it pulling an Eddie, where you're just gushing, where it's like you hit an artery and it's just going until it goes. And that's exactly what it was. She hit one and literally she'd do this and it would right back down. And she'd do that and it would right back down. She's literally having to just wipe her eyes every 2 seconds, which, as you know, in a UFC fight will get that stopped ASAP rocket because you can't defend yourself. But in pro wrestling, hey, fucking slow it down. I can't see.
Yeah, it's an Eddie or a Cena.
Oh God, not the Cena one. Oh, I don't know which is worse.
Well, really? I don't think Cena needed a transfusion, so I'm going to go with Eddie.
Okay, never mind. It was an Eddie then. We'll stick it to an Eddie. I've been saying it for I think this is his 5th match back. But the last time we saw this Kenny Omega, he was living in Japan.
That match was so fucking Japan.
And this was every single bit of a New Japan, maybe like a Dominion. You know what I mean?
Actually,
they gave you everything.
Actually, I was also thinking it reminded me of a good old school, like early 90s, one of those classic matches like Steamboat and Savage where you have those key moments. Like it would have made a perfect showcase match on 2K. You got to get to these particular moments, and then you got Don Callis coming in, and then there's a spot, and then Don Callis comes in again, and then there's a spot. And in between that, there's just fucking solid wrestling.
And that's it. Solid, just excellent action. Don Callis was a perfect dickhead, as he always is. Like it worked out beautifully. Takeshita losing this title means nothing. This kid is still gonna have the praise and the push that he's gonna continue to get. My only question is, does Kenny travel now with this belt? I know we got July coming up, and I know it's him and Okada, but does he travel with this belt? Or is it all going to be all based off of whatever this tournament is, which actually ends before Dynasty? And I kind of really hoping that Shibata wins it, so we can get Shibata and Omega. Ooh. Just give us the Japanese runnable. You know what I mean? Just take us back to New Japan with Kenny, and just run with it.
He's in New Japan shape. Go for it.
And
Shivani also was just. I would love to see him with Don Callis on commentary more often, because the more stupid shit that Don Callis did, Shivani was just like, "What's the matter with you?"
He's just reacting to him like, "What is wrong with you?" Oh God, when you got an old school cat like Tony Schiavone asking you what the fuck's wrong with you, there's got to be something wrong with you.
And the side eye from Tony to Don Callis.
Oh, it's the best. And he got it even more in the next one because he was out there too with Takeshita. And I said with Kyle Fletcher, and that was just scenes.
That cage match was amazing.
First, how do you? I have never seen this, and I don't think I should ever see it again. But on one side of the cage, Ospreay comes out for his entrance, and he's standing on top of it, and he's conducting the crowd. But the best part of it all is on the other side. Kyle Fletcher's fucking plugging his ears on top of the cage, and I'm like, first off, why are you up there? And like, I understand the plugging in your ears, but like, why are you up there? It just made it that much more like, I don't know. There was something about it. I already started loving it right then and there. And then as two guys that are best friends, first off, they are sickos. Just good old fashioned sickos with all the blood licking and the fence licking and then the stabbing of the screwdrivers. And I mean, granted, yes, they've got it relatively covered. But I'm still getting jabbed with a fucking screwdriver to a degree. Okay?
Yeah, like a Don's head.
Yeah, for real. Okay?
It's still got the
shit
scar.
Happens. Shit
Honestly,
happens.
I think every cage match should start like that. Just one on top of the cage in each corner. It's just such a great visual.
It's an outstanding visual.
Everything about this match was great. Actually, you know what? I know we're on Revolution, but within a 24-hour period, we got 2 classic cage matches. Oh, yeah. Punk and Rollins was awesome too.
Yeah, that was a really entertaining cage match. I enjoyed that one too. But like I said, this one was great. I love Will Ospreay on Dynamite though. He's all my missus called me. She's like, I have a bad feeling something's gonna happen. And so they go through this whole thing, and he's like, I get back in the locker room, I got 15 missed calls. I'm like, oh yeah, you're fucked, bud. You're fucked. That was a great little bit. I love that. And again, Fletcher losing this doesn't hinder him. This is a feud that is coming to a close. He can now move forward. And again, I'm saying, and I've been saying, guys like Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher should go to the G1. The G1's coming up in a few months. Let them train now and get their asses in the G1. Not Okada. Takeshita did really well in the G1. Why not try to mimic it with Kyle? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just thinking of every year I hear the G1 and every year I hear Tama Tonga yell, why don't we open it to the Americans? I don't understand why we're not going to the United States and wrestling them. Open it up. Or at least Tony sends some dudes, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, where's this forbidden door?
For real. Apparently it's locked up all of a sudden. And something they should have kept locked up was the main event. Jon Moxley and Cope.
Yeah.
So first off, I have to give them kudos. I do, because these two grumpy old men refuse to say, hey, let's do anything outside of a fucking wrestling match. And they were like, nope, wrestling match. They're like, all right. And so they fucking did a fucking wrestling match. And it just, they're doing like holds and like, it was with everything we had seen all the night before. This was like, it was like watching, I don't want to say an In Your House. I want to say like a bad fucking early 90s pay-per-view. No, it was like an In Your House, but I guess reversed, where all the good matches were at the beginning and the bad match was at the end, rather than the fucking bad matches being in the middle and the beginning, and the only good match being at the end. And it felt that way because John can wrestle like that, and apparently all Copeland knows how to do is the same ass shit forever. But it dragged and it dragged and it dragged and it dragged, and then we got Christian Cage, who I fucking popped for, and I was like, yes, the stepdad's gonna win. Hilarious, let's go. I love it. And no,
what a waste.
It was an absolute waste. Granted, you could have simply had him win with his hand covering Cope, to be a giant middle finger to Cope, immediately giving him a one-on-one shot with Christian. And then, or you could have to say like, well, fuck, Mox gets his rematch at Dynasty. And then immediately after it, fucking Double or Nothing, it's at Cope and Christian. But no, we're stuck in the end. We're stuck in 1998 NWO, baby. The NWO. And you want to know what makes it all worse? They announced that next week on Dynamite, there's going to be a street fight with Mox and Cope for the AEW World Championship. And I guarantee you, right here on episode 525, that they will crown Adam Copeland as the AEW World Champion on the fucking Dynamite, just for him to lose it at either fucking Dynasty or Double or Nothing. All because they overheard everything that went down on Twitter and how everybody's pissed off at this stupid booking, because it's exactly what it is. It's stupid booking.
Yeah, you completely wasted the contract, which he's, like I said, carried around since August. It wouldn't have been so bad if he'd won it a couple months ago, but he's been carrying it around since August, teasing the cashing in. And so all that build-up was for nothing.
Nothing.
And apparently they did it just because they wanted to get rid of the contract.
Fucking blue balled us.
Ugh.
Unacceptable.
The boos were deafening.
Oh, fuck.
This Mox run is not going well.
Well, it's, again, we're in the NWO territory. And I've been saying, if we're going to do this, then go full fucking bore with it. Don't hold back. Don't leave me in third gear when you've got more bullshit to do. If you're going to make it where Mox is, again, where this is basically the NWO, then the NWO would win with overwhelming numbers. They had numerous members. Get more fuckers in there. Oh, well, I'm a part of the MMC. You know, I want to be a part of the Moxie Murder Crew type of shit. Whatever the fuck. Just do something. You need to either adapt this into that full form of the NWO that I keep saying it is, or you need to get the belt off of him and have them, I guess, fuck off, because I don't know what else to do with the Death Riders at that point.
And stop the stupid briefcase shit, too, because we're not seeing the belt. It doesn't even feel like he's a world champion.
No, it feels like we don't have a world champion. So it's... God damn it, Tony. Fucking it up.
Yeah, you're fucking this one up. Speaking of fucked up, I may or may not have fucked up Feeney's chances at winning the world championship last week against Beer. Sorry, not sorry. We got beef. So, but now we're going to find out what Beer thought about it, because I will say Beer knew nothing about that interference. He just wanted to defend his title. So I apologize to Beer for ruining your title defense. But hey, at least you're still champ.
I am Beer.
It's Thursday. You know what that means. You all witnessed the events of Revolution Road. And the fact that I was here all night waiting for the Phoenix to emerge like the little fraud that he is. The Timu Poundland version of Finn Balor, nowhere to be seen. Now, before anyone jumps to the conclusions here, if anybody thinks that me and the Captain are in cahoots, and I asked him to attack Phoenix, you're all living in a world of delusion. I never asked for Captain's help. I never asked for nobody's help. I am the world champion for a reason. I am your world champion because I'm a winner. But with that being said, when one chapter closes, another one now opens. And now I will reach my destiny. A Promo Mania. Last year at Promo Mania, I was a nobody. But now, I am the man. I'm the one to beat. I am the alpha. I am the Ocho. I am the king of Max Wrestling right now. Everybody is gunning for me. But I'm going to take down the biggest obstacle of them all. My former tag partner. A man who stabbed me in the back of the promo rumble. Moses Marquez. You see, next week, it is our 10th year anniversary, and your tribal chief will be on that show. Moses and me, we'll be on the same show. And believe me, it's not going to be very pretty. It's going to be very, 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 very ugly. And as far as I'm concerned, when I walk into Promomania, I'm walking in champion. And I will make a guarantee to you all. I will be walking out as champion. I'm going to stash them. I'm going to smash them. Wreck everyone. Wreak havoc. And leave. So Mo, I'll see you next week on the show. 10-year anniversary. I look forward to your reply, and you will acknowledge me.
Thursday on Max. Predictions, recaps, trivia, and groundbreaking promos, and the occasional rant.
I'm going to say it again. Fucking Netflix.
Fucking Netflix.
You have known for months now that this Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight was going to happen. You knew. You had more than enough time to get the infrastructure for your website ready to go.
Join us on the Max Wrestling Podcast every Thursday. Exclusively on YouTube and audio on all podcast platforms. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Welcome back to Max Wrestling. I am the captain. He is El Jefe. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you like and smash and lick that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on all social media and podcast platforms. And for all the information that you could ever possibly need about Max Wrestling, head to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Just a simple clicky. Still to come tonight, we hear from the B champ, the Max Wrestling B champ, if you will. Beer, after retaining his title by default last week, at Revolution Road. And of course, we're going to go in Raw. But first, last week, Corey Cypher accepted the open challenge for my completely super legitimate promo championship. However, it seems the Kingpin had other ideas and not only interrupted our match, threw it out, but then challenged me for a promo title shot next week at the Max Wrestling 10th anniversary. So that's going down. But if you missed the Aftermax show, here's some inflammatory things Cypher has to say.
Dr. Amir Blackbane Costello. He reappeared today. And not only did he disrespect me, but he disrespected all I've done for Max. Now, Mr. Costello, I don't know if you're watching this live or you're going to see this later, or you might just catch it on your own convenience because, hell, you are the Hulk Hogan of Max Wrestling. You just show up when you want to, think you're supposed to get a standing ovation, but yet we're booing your bitch ass out of Max. But that's neither here nor there. You called me the workhorse. You said I'm everywhere. And that is the only true statement that came out of your mouth. But that other stuff you were talking about when you raise your eyebrow, shit happens. When you talk, ears perk up. When you snap your fingers, everybody pays attention. The last time me and you even saw each other, I'm pretty sure I drowned you in a pool of your own blood and also, had charisma take you out. But it's okay, I can still see you salty. You're still a little mad about that. But let me tell you something, bitch. I am the workhorse. I do put in the work. And yeah, you ain't mad at me. But don't forget, I put in more work than you have ever done in the last 2 or 3 years that you say you've been part of this business. You're not even a part-timer, you're a quarter-timer. Your time is up, Dr. Costello. I am the workhorse. And you're just simply Oh Yeller. I cut the most vicious, most truest, most illest promo on Moses. And yet you took that opportunity away from me. Why? Because you say you're the OG promo champion. Okay. Let's see. Show of hands. Who really cares about him being an OG promo champion? Anybody? Show of hands? No? Nobody? Okay. Nobody cares. I've seen you challenge Moses to the 10th anniversary. Which is fine. That's good and all dandy and whatnot. But you made a mistake. You made a really big mistake by bringing my name up. I mean, listen. First of all, you called yourself my daddy. That's a little sus. So, can somebody please get Dr. Diddy Costello? Because I don't feel safe right now. I think that baby oil has gone to his head. But it's kind of hard to miss that big ass head, huh? Dazzy, with your utmost permission, please grant me this one wish. Make me special guest referee in the Moses Costello match. From there, I will decide who the winner is. I will decide who's the kingpin. I will decide who's retro enough. I will decide who will be promo champion. The fate of you two will rest in the hands of 1/3 of the Brothers of Max Destruction. And if you don't like it, tough shit.
And that wasn't Cypher. Let's see how that one goes down. But first, before we go any further, we already heard from Beer earlier regarding Revolution Road last week, but now he's going to bring us another little recap from this week's Evolve.
What's good, everyone? This is Beer. This is your WWE Evolve review. After the success of last week, we have episode number 2. And as I pointed out on last week's review, this is new. So I'm getting used to all the characters and getting used to what their gimmick is. And obviously, it's only for 45-50 minutes. This is literally early NXT vibes. So trust the process, it's new. Anyway, so we kick off Evolve with Stevie Turner speaking on behalf of Ava, with the main event being 2 guys from NXT, which is Riley Osborne against Aura Menza. We get the opening match in the night, sees Harlan Lewis taking on Braxton Cole. We had a good little vignette about Harlan and his background. Cole offers a handshake. And then Harlan takes his head off with a freaking mad lariat, which I was sold on. Lewis crushes Cole literally in no time. And we have Chewy Martinez speaks to Harlan at the end of the match. And then we get a bit of a stare down between Harlan Lewis and Keanu Carver. The guy who I was sold on last week, I'm sold this week on Harlan Lewis. So this match could be a clash of the Titans, baby. And I love it. And again, it's Gal calling out someone for a match, and then Keanu Carver gets in the ring, and Keanu crosses him with a beautiful sky-high powerbomb. Next up, Peter Rosenberg speaks to Ken McGray and Callie Bright in the VIP section and speak on last week's win, to be interrupted by my girl, Zeta Steele, querying why she hasn't been in the match yet, which I do agree with. And then next up, we have a familiar name from AEW and TNA. We have Kylie Ray going up against Zara Zaka. This was a very fun match, by the way. Zara Zaka looked very impressive. Obviously, Kylie Ray is a bit of a veteran on the independent scene. Zara picks up a huge upset over the very experienced Kylie Ray. Zeta drew a lot of heat from the fans, and man, this broad gives me Bayley heel vibes. So, if they can book her like they booked Bayley as a heel back in 2019 to 2022, you got a superstar on the horizon. 21 years old as well, by the way. Then the match, Zeta attempts to provoke Kylie and Zara, for both embrace, with Zara respecting Kylie by being say she's one of the best women's wrestlers on the independent circuit. Before Zeta tries to do something stupid, Wendy Chu comes out to a nice little pop and was in action against Aria Bennett. We had a nice little vignette on Aria Bennett. She looked really impressive. Wendy comes and wins with the, she wins with a dirt nap, and as the gatekeeper of Evolve, is beginning the road back to NXT. Wendy Chu's a weird one, man. She's stop-start. She gets injured, has silly times. She had a very good gimmick at the start of her run in NXT under Triple H, and then she moved on to Wendy Chu. I don't know. Wendy's a weird one. But yeah, I think it'll be a match coming soon. It'll be Wendy Chu against Zeta Steele. Zeta better win. And then we had a very great face-off with Javier Barnell, who we haven't seen in a long time since he suffered that knee injury, and Luca Crusifino. Next week, we have the match. Give them the main event and give them 10-15 minutes at least, which should cook. Then the main event of the night, we have Aura Menza and Riley Osborne, which was a very good main event. We haven't seen Aura on NXT for a long time, as well as Riley, so it's a good chance for them to get back notice again. Aura picks up the win with a spinning kick. Another fun little show. Very fun. Then we try and have, we had Swipe Right trying to come out once again. And after that, we had Gallus attacking people backstage as Joe Coffey said it's time for Gallus to evolve. We haven't seen Gallus on NXT for a long time as well, so could add a little bit of star power to add Gallus in to evolve. Like it. Sold a lot. Good show. Now, I usually do this on my NXT reviews, but now we're going to do this on Evolve. Yeah, you know, it's last night, Dynamite, yeah, whatever. Give it to the paper champion.
Thank you for joining us for Revolution Road last week. We are now going full speed towards Promo Mania. And it's the 10th anniversary of the Max Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you join us for the celebration on March 20th.
I gotta be there to join us in the celebration. And in the first of the two title matches next week, it is a television title rematch as Blade Rodriguez dares to challenge the captain one more time for that red and silver strap. Can the Blade do some cutting, or is the captain fun and television?
Yeah, not many people get a second chance, and not many people survive the second chance either. And like I've been saying, this promo championship is not sanctioned by Max Wrestling. It hasn't been sanctioned since 2021. So you guys make up your own rules. But what last week, after interrupting Cypher's challenge, the Kingpin issued his own challenge against El Jefe Moses Marquez, and the one-time rivals will square off one more time next week at Max 10.
Old school happening one more time again. We'll see exactly what kind of rules we throw down with. And the official theme song for the Max anniversary is We Made It, once again, by the Captain's Revenge, and that is taken from the Cap's debut album, Monster, which is now available on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, go check that out. But like I said, Promo Mania 10 is on the way, and on the way fast. Don't miss the biggest Promo Mania of all time on April 15th and 17th for another two-night epic.
There's a little bit under a month to go and so much to get excited for. The Captain and the Phoenix work to complete their Promo Mania trilogy after Feeney's shocking betrayal at Max 500 back in September. The last two members of the Dragon Club face off in my absolute favorite, a cinematic finale.
Yes, you had your Hollywood ending. Now you're going to get your cinematic finale. And if Moses defeats the Kingpin next week, he is walking into Promo Mania still the self-proclaimed promo champion. And if so, we will have an undisputed champion by the end of the night because it will be title for title when he challenges Beer for the World Championship on night 2.
Just remember, Chris Jericho walked out of San Diego undisputed champion. Chris Reed faces the Madness alone last week after another absence from the travesty. And in return, he's offered a chance to survive. All he has to do is face the one person nobody wants to face, the Demoness, one-on-one at Promo Mania. We will hear from Chris in just a little bit. And boy, I'm shaking for you.
And one of the theme songs for Promo Mania 10 is Long Live the King from my second Captain's Revenge album, Distortions. Also available everywhere right now. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/promomania for more information.
They shout.
Now, it is one of my favorite things that we do, and we haven't done it for 2 years.
2 years.
It is unique. It is fun. It is just a wild time, and we always have so much fun recording it. So it is time for part 1 of the Ring of Games Cup 2025. Part 1 of 4 you're going to get this week, next week, and then the 2 weeks after. And the winner will be the Ring of Games Cup winner, and they can challenge either the television champion or the knowledge champion at Promo Mania. I am the captain. Welcome to the 2025 Ring of Games Cup. We have not seen the Ring of Games since July 2022, where Moses Marquez won the first cup. We just haven't had time to do it again until now, but you'll be glad to know that we did bring it back, because if you haven't seen it before, the Ring of Games is fun. It's fun. Competing for the cup are the defending cup holder, of course, Moses Marquez, who I also think has won the most Ring of Games, including mini Ring of Games.
Hey, what I'm talking about. It is fun. It is fun.
Also,
you see the fun in it? Fun.
It is fun. Also competing is the man who stabbed me in the back. No, not that snake. The man I will face at Promo Mania, the Phoenix.
Good evening.
And
where's my greeting?
Yeah, you had your greeting last week at Revolution Road because turnabout's fair.
Hey.
And making their debuts in the Ring of Games, a former knowledge and world champion. He knows everything, including how to be a wolf. He is Ted P. De Niro. And finally, this is going to be a good quiz. Finally, the current Max World Champion, Beer. Now, this throws a spanner in the works because, of course, he is a current champion, and the winner will go on to Promo Mania to challenge either the knowledge champion, which is Cypher, or the TV champion, which is me. So Beer's looking to become Beer du Centur once again, by the looks of it. He also got beef with Moses right now, so this is going to be tense.
B champ. That's what the beef stands for. Beef is the B and the beef champ. Okay. He wants to be a dual champ. That's what you should focus on the most. You don't have to be the top champ. You could be a dual champ. You can use your cool French words. You know, it's all bueno. It's all bueno. See, I can use different words.
Hey, that's Spanish.
Talking pucaria.
We speak Americano.
Americano.
So here's how Ring of Games works. We will go through 5 rounds, 4 weeks in a row. They are 5 rounds of unique trivia designed not only to test your wrestling knowledge, but also your quick thinking. But this is the Ring of Games Cup, which means we're going to do it over 4 weeks, and whoever wins the most overall shows wins the cup. So we'll try and keep it simple. Sometimes it may be complicated, so we'll try and keep it simple to begin with, because round 1 is I'm terrible at dating, which does not spell much luck for me. But anyway,
I'm single.
Likewise.
The answer to the questions is a year. You get a point for the closest answer. You get a bonus point if you get the exact year. So it's our righty downy. If you got your pen, your paper, your screens, whatever you're going to write with, we're looking for the year that. Well, we'll look for a pen and paper, and then we'll look for the year.
Of course.
We're alive,
it,
pal.
Feeny.
Feeney's
Gotta
been
be
awake
you,
20
Feeny.
minutes. That's
Has
his
to be you,
excuse.
Feeny. Like, we've been out here for 20 minutes, bro. What we after?
And it's daylight saving. Okay, I haven't read the question yet.
There it is.
Obviously, to be
Okay.
fair.
Oh,
So,
it's too sweet, Phoenix.
closest year gets the point. You get 2 points if you get the exact year. We're looking for the year that Bruno Sammartino fought Stan Hansen in their one and only match. And I was very surprised that they only fought each other once.
Just don't know.
We'll put 1 minute on the clock.
Okay, so I gotta figure it out.
Nice.
All right, Bruno.
When the fuck did
God damn, bro.
I want to say like when was Bob Backlund? That's what tell me all the answers. When was Bob Backlund?
You're sipping on that camel piss.
Oh my God.
Hey.
20 seconds to go.
Lionel Messi.
Not 20.
The GOAT.
Oh my God.
Right? Okay, here we go.
It actually scared me.
Oh my God, no.
There we go.
Okay.
10
This is
seconds to
definitely a shot.
go.
This is a shot and a half. It's a year. It's a year before my brother was actually born. So
All right. Time is up. Show your answers to the screen.
Can you see that?
Hold on. Turn down the brightness.
We got 1972 from Beer, 1964 from Phoenix, 1976 from Mo.
I got 1976 as well. Hold on. This
Well,
sucks.
in that case, 2 points to both Moses and Teddy because 1976 is the exact year they fought
See,
each
look,
other.
can you see it or no?
You're as bad as me, shit. I turned the brightness all the way down.
I was just trying to think, like, I think it was like 1963, the WWF title was brought into it, so it must have been around that time.
I just remember Backlund running the 80s from like 81 on, so it had to have been sometime in the mid to late 70s, and he always
Not gonna lie,
I didn't want to go like 79 like an
I
asshole.
almost put 1977, no cap. Because that's when my brother was born.
Hey.
We got our first 4 points. There's another question in this round. Now we're looking for the year that Vince McMahon officially purchased WWE from Vince McMahon Sr.
Oh my God. I actually know that year.
85 was WrestleMania 1.
Actually, we'll make it 30 seconds on the clock. I don't think we need a whole minute.
No. Oh, shit.
This one hurts. Do we have to talk about this guy?
For real.
The boy.
We can't agree on.
Okay, the year that asshole officially purchased WWE.
Shot in the dark, and it's okay.
Did I get it? Did you guys see it?
I can't see a goddamn thing.
Damn, okay, look. I know you can see the numbers.
Blur.
Okay, look. I know you see the numbers. Okay, look. You see that?
Okay, if everybody's got an answer, we'll stop the clock. Okay, what we got? Beer. I can't even fucking see because this recorder's in the way. Lower it down a little bit.
Hold on.
1980. 1978. 1980.
1982. 1982.
And that is another 2 points to Teddy. It is 82 exactly. So round 2 is always a team game, and as Teddy is in the lead, he gets to pick his partner for this round. The round is password 1, 2, 3. In team, all you gotta do is work out a wrestler's password, which is a combination of 2 clues.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you taking for your Teddy?
My Hermano.
I'm guessing that's Moses.
I mean, he's the only one. Never mind. I ain't even gonna do it.
Okay, so it is Team Wrexham versus
Teddy,
Team Cali.
There we go. We'll leave it at that.
All right, then. That means Beer and Feeney, you get to choose which wrestler's password you want to ask. You have between Kane and Mickey James.
Oh.
Should we go Kane?
Yeah,
Also,
we'll
you
go
don't have to write this one down. This is just work it out together. All right, you're going Kane. I'm going to give you 2 clues that will give you Kane's password. The clues are first name of the alleged ex-girlfriend that Kane was accused of murdering by Triple H,
Okay.
and the year Kane won the Hardcore Championship. So what is Kane's password?
KT 2001.
Highly secure. Are you happy with that?
Yep, happy with that.
Well, we
Point
writing
to
this
you.
down, are we? Or
No. You don't need to write this one down.
This fucking
Okay,
guy.
point each to Beer and Phoenix. It is KT 2001, which means
Definitely
it is up to Teddy and Moses to work out Mickey James' password.
Ew.
The 2 clues for her password are Mickey's home state and the name of Mickey's son with Nick Aldis.
Ah, fucking Christ.
That's a long
Okay.
password. It's definitely
This
more
has
than
gotta
8
be a long
characters.
password. I have
It's
no
gotta
idea.
be.
I haven't. You said, hold on, one more time. It was her son's name and what?
Her home state and her son's name.
Okay, home state.
Home state.
Home state, not hometown. Home state.
Okay.
Hardcore.
Isn't she no, she's not Canadian.
And
Husband.
it's a year her son was born, or what?
Husband.
Her name. Son's name.
Son's name.
What the fuck? I don't know goddamn people's kids' name like that. I'm being
All right.
Except Jerome. Come on, champ.
Okay.
Should know better.
Home state.
Where the fuck is she even from? I don't remember her. They're billing her from anywhere.
5 seconds on the clock.
Richmond Donovan.
Who?
Which Donovan?
Richmond Donovan. Virginia Donovan.
Well, it would be. Hold on, wait. Richmond's in Virginia.
That's why I said Virginia Donovan.
So Virginia Donovan is the answer.
I'm gonna Virginia. Yeah, I'll
are
go
you
with that.
asking? Are you asking?
I know
her
that part
home?
for sure.
Yeah.
The password is Virginia Donovan.
Hey, what do you know?
Hey, fun fact. That's my oldest.
I'm not.
That is my oldest son name. That's.
I've got an
why,
elementary school.
That's why I
about a
knew.
kid named Donovan, but that's for another day.
That's why I knew. But Richmond was kind of hard.
You say Richmond, I know Virginia. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That or Richmond, England. The whole fucking name.
Okay, round 3. We are back to singles. We're gonna get 5 seconds for each answer because this one is a go around and kill until you all get knocked out one. Each player takes turns to give answers to a category until one is left standing, but they cannot contain a chosen letter. So this round is called "There's No I in Dazzy," which is a factual statement. So first up, we're looking for anyone that has maintained WrestleMania with no R in their name. So that's Roman Reigns definitely out.
Hulk Hogan.
We'll begin with Teddy. Hulk Hogan. Beer.
Edge.
Moses.
Nah, rated R superstar. What the fuck?
I ain't nope. Got nothing. It's my 5 seconds.
Buzz. All right, we're down to 3. Feeney.
Jesus.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Doesn't even have a name in an R in his full name. Yes. Back to Teddy.
John Cena.
Yeah. Beer.
The Miz.
You've been so disappointed in your whole life.
Feeney.
So disappointed.
2 seconds. Buzz.
Hell yeah.
Down to Teddy and Beer. Teddy, who's next?
Sid Vicious. I mean, Psycho Sid.
Yeah.
Sid. My bad.
Either
Both
or.
works. Beer. 1 on 1 now.
I just thought of one. Damn it.
2 seconds. Buzz. Point to Teddy.
No, I was about to get it.
The man. Damn it.
Who is you gonna get? Tell me, give me
Don't
something.
worry. We got
I can
another
name about
question.
3. I can name about 3 more.
I just thought Yokozuna.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
Just started. Just started.
You
Shawn
could have had
Michaels.
Mr. T.
it's T.
He
Bob
did.
Backlund.
He main evented. He main evented.
Mr.
Not
He
about
main
Bob
event in the
Mr. T
first
was
Mania, yeah.
first Mania.
Hmm,
Backlund.
okay.
Hey, Mr. T.
Get my answer.
Uh,
Zeus.
No, you're out of time. Kevin Owens,
Kevin. Hey.
Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
Jimmy Uso,
Jey
Jey
Uso.
Uso.
Hey, listen, I got it. I didn't miss one.
You got another one now we're looking for. And time we'll start with Beer. Any music act that has performed on WWE TV without the letter A. 5 seconds.
Performed on television.
Yeah, so any band or singer that's performed on WWE.
Ozzy.
Yes. Mo.
Limp Biscuit.
Yep. Peony.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes. Teddy.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Fuck. Oh, wait, there's an A.
There's an A.
Over to Beer.
Wait. It was no A's in the name?
Yeah, no A.
No A in this one.
That part. Oh man, I could name somebody else. I promise you I can name somebody else. I just didn't know it was a
Kid Rock.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Mo.
You said it can't have an A?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah. Beanie.
That's so fucked up, bro.
Fozzy.
You said Fuzzy?
Nah,
Fuzzy.
Yeah,
Somebody said Fuzzy.
Beer said
Fuzzy.
damn it.
Beer said Fuzzy.
That
All
mean
right,
I'm
it's
out
down to
now.
Beer versus Mo.
This is crap.
Oh, can't see him.
Beer.
Because I know.
3,
I know.
2,
I know.
1. No answer required. Moses gets the point.
Yeah, all right, I don't need it. Hey, whew. It's good because my next guess was gonna be The Rock.
I didn't hear the A without an A.
Come on, man. That's difficult.
POD.
Not
POD,
POD.
yeah. See?
Poppy.
Poppy.
Beer, you could have said Poppy.
Sexy Red.
I was.
You see?
Oh my God,
It's
I
when you're on the
know.
spot ski.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. I know. I'm mad about that.
A little bit.
Okay, before we go to the final 2 rounds of the first show, the scores are Beer and Feeney on 1, Mo on 4, Teddy sitting pretty on 6.
Hey.
Of course I am.
Hey, yo.
Round
I know everything.
4 is Game of Ring the. Each player is asked a question which has a multiple word answer, but the answer you give has to be in alphabetical order.
Nice.
Fuck.
So the answer to each question is a 4-word answer, but you got to say it in alphabetical order. So we'll start with Feeney.
Mm-hmm.
The stable led by Steven Richards that wore only black and white. You got to answer it in alphabetical order.
All right.
I don't get it.
Oh, you
You know-
will once you hear his answer.
I know what it is.
I know what it is.
Yeah. But do we have to say it differently or do we have to say the stable?
5 seconds.
You have to say it in alphabetical
You have
order.
to say it out loud in alphabetical order. 4.
Sensor right 2.
You can it's 4 letters, 4 words.
Well.
You gotta
Sensor.
fit the into it too.
Right. Sensor right the 2.
Yeah, I will give you the point.
Boom!
It is, of course, right to censor,
I'm
but in
playing.
alphabetical order, it is censor right the 2.
Sure.
All right, Teddy's up next.
That's
Yay.
The match type which originated at Bad Blood 1997 between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
A cell hell in.
Oh
well.
Here's yours. Former team champions on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's not that hard, bro.
Wait. The ones at DIYB.
No, bro, I can't tell you. Just think about it.
Hold on, do I need to rephrase this question?
You really don't.
Perhaps.
You really
yeah,
don't.
the ones,
I get it, but do
the
it
one,
anyway.
the ones they
See
beat,
what it is.
the ones they beat, the team that DIY beat, the former tag team champions,
The one that Johnny
Is he-
Gargano turned on.
and you don't have to include the in this one.
Sissy Guns Motor Machine.
Oh, machine motor.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
come on.
MA.
So close.
MA over MO. Semantics.
Oh. All right, final one for Mo. Mark Henry's famous nickname.
Oh, that's too easy. Get the fuck out of here.
And not sexual chocolate.
Oh, dang it. I was about to stop that.
Chocolate sexual.
Chocolate sexual.
It's so easy. It's the one with the in it.
Man strongest the world. That sounds like somebody was really trying to say world's strongest man. They just, dyslexia.
Yeah, for real. Dyslexia as fuck.
Google Translate failed.
Damn.
Damn you,
All
sorry.
right. Let me take a look at the score. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Beer can't win this first show, but Feeney can equalize if he gets all 4 correct in the next round, which is the final round, and that is rhyme time.
Oh.
So wait, am I out?
No.
Yeah, we're on a different round now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for the final round, I'm going to ask 2 questions, and the answers rhyme with each other. You get 4, and it's a shouty out, so whoever gets the first 4 gets the points. Okay, question 1. YouTuber / boxer turned wrestler and an infamous boxing tournament held in WWE in 1999. The 2 answers rhyme with each other.
Jake Paul, Brawl for All.
Logan
Fuck
Paul
you.
for all.
I was just about to
Logan
say that.
Paul,
Logan
Brawl for All,
Paul.
yes.
You motherfucking
Point to
son of a
Beer.
bitch.
Damn. Okay.
Just like a United fan sneaking in.
Question 2.
That was deep.
Once again, the answers rhyme with each other. Hulk Hogan's partner at WrestleMania 1 and Roxanne Perez's nickname.
T Prodigy.
Point to Beer, Mr. T Prodigy.
Oh, you didn't. What the fuck?
God damn it. Fucking
I love
man.
my Roxy.
All right. All right, man.
Question 3. Bret Hart's famous submission and a tough enough contestant that went rogue on Kurt Angle.
Sharpshooter Daniel Pewter.
Point to
Think of
Feeney.
his name. Cannot think of his fucking name. Daniel Pewter. Fuck.
Mike Larkin will tell you his name every day.
I believe you. He looks like him.
And final question for this round. Seth Rollins' knee strike signature and a no DQ match type. This one might be the hard one.
Say
He
it
doesn't use
again.
this move very often.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Seth Rollins' knee strike signature and a no DQ match type.
Kingslayer Falls Count Anywhere.
Ooh, not quite. There is a king in there though.
King Slayer, King of the Ring? No, I can't.
No, hell no.
Hey. It's fucking.
It's like it's a short arm clothesline into a knee strike to the face.
No idea.
And it rhymed with a particular no DQ match type.
Oh my god, what is the name of that move? Ripcord Hardcore?
No. It is King's Landing, Last Man Standing.
King's Landing, Last Man Standing. That is not the name of that move. That is not the name of that move. But I'm gonna let you rock.
I think it is.
That is definitely
I
not
didn't
the
know
name.
it was called that.
I was literally trying not to call it the
It's not the name. It's not the name of that move. It's either the Kingslayer or the Ripcord Knee. I know because I played wrestling.
It was the Ripcord Knee, and then he started naming everything after Game of Thrones.
Hell yeah.
Go on, Teddy.
I don't remember him saying the King Landing. I remember the Kingslayer though. But go ahead.
That's the end of show number 1, and the final points are 3 to Beer and Feeney, 5 to Mo, and 6 to Teddy. Teddy wins the first show.
Because I was going to.
Hey.
A bellend? You're a bellend, mate. Look, bellend 1, bellend 2, big veiny bellend over here.
So actually, normally I'm over here stumbling, bumbling, who to give points to, who not to give points to. I got 2 this week. So right off the bat, we have to, as much as AEW Revolution was an 8 out of 10, there still has to be some kind of reprimation or some kind of whatever. You need to be punished for whatever the fuck that main event was.
Yeah.
So as much as there was the positives outweigh the negative, you're still getting some. So I'll keep it light. 10 points for TK, even though I'm still pretty sure that still makes him top of the list by a lot. And that's okay.
He's third, actually.
He's third. Okay, well then, hey, you know what? You're surviving. And then because I don't understand, I guess, how old people's brains work, I want to give 20 points to Bill Goldberg because apparently he's back, as he's been posting all over his social medias. There was this whole thing with him and Gunther months ago, and apparently it's probably gonna happen at Mania. God, I hope not. I hope Triple H is smarter than that. I hope, but then again, money.
I can't think of anybody for Bellend points this week. Everything was great. We gave TK points already for that main event, but the rest of the show was great. Yeah, just the 2 names for the Bellend board this week.
Simple.
All right, but we do have another board which we also need to check twice because this one's kind of nice. It is time for the Bruv board.
Brother.
Right off the bat, I am giving 4 people 20 points, and those people are CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay, and Kyle Fletcher for 2 magnificent cage matches in a 24-hour period. Thank you very much for those masterpieces.
We are spoiled. I swear to God, bro, we are spoiled in this day and age of wrestling because we would never, as kids, this would never.
It's awesome.
Badass. Back-to-back badass pay-per-views. Like this would never happen as kids.
Also, that's somehow the first time this year Ospreay has been on the Bruv board.
You're joking.
And Kyle Fletcher
too. Use his goddamn voice for the fucking thing, and he can't even get out of it.
Brother,
oh,
you got your 20 points now. We've also got to give a lot of points to Tony and Mariah for the Hollywood ending. That was a masterpiece.
Peace.
Fuck it. 30 each.
Easy, baby. Easy 30 apiece. I love that.
And that may have tied. Yes, it has. Tony Storm is now tied at the top with Kenny Omega, both on 80 points. Actually, I'm going to give 10 points to Kenny too because he's just in incredible shape and he just won his first singles title in a long time.
You brought the shape up, and I haven't, and I didn't say it either. He is G1 ready. I keep talking G1. Maybe Kenny's G1 bound. Oh, fucking hell, my goddamn booking mind just went crazy.
And finally, for me, I'm going to give another 10 points to Macaulay Culkin because, once again, one of the loudest pops of the night. Macaulay Culkin is over as fuck.
Macaulay Culkin is beyond over. Beyond over. Goodness gracious. That man's winning at life. He is walking proof that you can mess up and get better at life. So don't give up hope, goddammit. Shit can go wrong, but it'll always get better. I'm gonna just stick with what the ones you put up. I thought everybody did awesomely. Yeah, there's nothing I would add or take away. Seth and fucking Punk was a great cage match. So yeah, no, spot on. I love it.
Damn good weekend. It's just a shame we couldn't really go into more detail about everything because we had Ring of Games. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all. Before we close this up, let's find out what is in store for the TSK. Click this.
Almighty. Okay, so the TSK has got I don't want to say a lot in coming, but we got a lot coming. So as of right now, we do have an AEW Revolution review that we got done. It's not fully done, edited. That's no fault but my own. But the beauty of it, as we like to do, or as I like to do, at least it'll drop after this episode of Backstuff. So we'll have a nice little double dipping for you on a Thursday. The TSK's own YouTube page is going to be starting up shortly. The plan is to have it starting this weekend, Friday or Saturday, preferably. It's going to start with the exact episode that drops today on the Max, being the AEW Revolution review. And then we're going to start dropping all the archives, all the old episodes, going down the list of stuff that we've reviewed in the past, and then maybe even a few episodes that I've found in the archives that have never been published. So you're going to get a few of those random hidden gems that are going to drop. And then each and every pay-per-view, the boys are going to come talking, and whenever we feel necessary. We do have a TSK Fixing AEW show that we still have to make, so that's going to definitely be top of the list. Other than that, there's a whole lot else coming on. The Max Football Pod is about to get crazy, as it looks like I could be bringing on a co-host here sometime soon. And mainly because this is another young man, not only excited about San Diego FC, but shockingly, and just as shocked, I can't use the word twice, but I have to. It's just as shocked as I am. Another
I feel shocked.
I'm so shocked. It's crazy. So the Max Football Pod's getting a nice rejuvenation and should be coming quick, hot, and fast and heavy. And the only way to know how that goes down is to follow us on all the fun socials. Go get on the Twitter. Follow us on the Max Wrestling UK, Captain512, SMR Podnet, and Max Footy Pod. Check out the website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. And, of course, hit the subscribe button right here on YouTube, over there on the Facebook, and anywhere else you see us, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and, again, all the fun other platforms.
Yes, and that is it for now. We will see you next week once again for our Max Wrestling 10th anniversary. It's crazy. Do not miss it. There will be surprises. There's 2 title matches and, of course, Ring of Games Cup Week 2. Congratulations to Teddy for Week 1. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang.
We'll see you next week, brother.
10 years, holy shit.